Hi, how are you? Welcome back. So now we will discuss the same book, Brother Karamazov, and the topic is self-laceration. As you have probably heard about this term laceration, like it's kind of a cut in your body or kind of a breeze. Like if I have a knife, if I cut my finger, I lacerated myself. So the definition should be clear right now. And if it is not, then you should look for the word, and then we will discuss self-laceration. Self-laceration in this book has a figurative meaning, like it is a cut in your soul, or in a more metaphorical sense. So as I have told you, this is part 2, book 4, chapter 5, and page 66 262 of this edition. If you have this edition, you can open 262 page and you can see the chapter in front of you, so you would have to look anything else. If you have some other edition, then you will have to look few page here and there, and then you will find it. So in this self-laceration, what happens is that there are a number of characters, like Dmitri. Dmitri at this stage is a passionate person, as I have already told you. So there is Ivan, who is intellectual, and there is Katerina Ivanova, and then there is Alyosha. In this situation, actually I can't discuss the full background, and right now I just want to tell you what's going on in this situation in this chapter. So Ivan loves Katerina Ivanova madly, it is clear, and Katerina Ivanova loves Ivan at the same time, but she kinds of hide her feeling, and she doesn't let her emotions come out openly in this matter, in particular to Ivan. And Katerina Ivanova also loves Dmitri, and Dmitri doesn't love Katerina Ivanova. Dmitri only regards or esteems Katerina Ivanova highly. So Katerina Ivanova, instead of loving Ivan, wants to love Dmitri more and more. But Dmitri insults Katerina Ivanova in one way or the other. The more he insults Katerina Ivanova, the more Katerina Ivanova loves Dmitri. So in this way, she is lacerating herself. Dmitri doesn't love her, and she, irrespective of anything, keeps on loving Dmitri and is hurting herself, because this is not a healthy love. This is, you can say, the unrequited love, where you love someone who doesn't love you back. So it is hurting you, not physically, but it is hurting your soul. So the whole chapter is based on this. So Alyosha, who is very honest, who is a spiritual person, he tells this thing to Katerina Ivanova in a very harsh way, that you are hurting Ivan, because you love Ivan, but you are not letting it happen. Instead, you are pushing yourself on Dmitri, and you are trying to get his love, whereas Dmitri doesn't love you, nor you love Dmitri. This is something else altogether. Dmitri just esteems you, and you have this gratitude for Dmitri because of a past event. So now I get, I think you understand that what's going on in this chapter. So I think now I want to relate this example in our daily life as well. So what is laceration in our daily life? So in terms of youth, like suppose you are in a college, okay, and you are studying, and you love someone and that person doesn't love you. It happens most of the time. It is with every person, I think, in my opinion. And you keep on loving that person despite that person loves somebody else, and you keep on expecting that that person will love you back, but it never happens. So you are lacerating yourself, you are hurting yourself day by day, and it is affecting your uh, inner state, your mental health. So this is laceration in our practical life. So you can see that how we can avoid this situation. The self laceration is quite unhealthy, and I would say it affects you badly. So I will give you the background story about this situation, of what's going on, why Katerina Ivanova has this feeling of gratitude for Dmitri, and why Dmitri regards or esteems Katerina Ivanova highly. In the past, when Dmitri was a lieutenant in the army, he was extremely passionate and he was a lover of women. So he knew Katerina Ivanova's sister Agafya, and once Katerina Ivanova's father was in trouble and he needed some rubles. Ruble is a currency of Russia. So he needed some 4,500 rubles badly. At that time, Dmitri came to know about this affair and he proposed to Agafya that he is ready to give 4,500 rubles to them, but in one condition, that Katerina Ivanova should come to Dmitri. Of course, it is not mentioned directly, but of course, for sexual favors. So Katerina Ivanova came to Dmitri and she said to Dmitri that now she is here, give her 4,500 rubles. And she is there in Dmitri's room, and now Dmitri is in this position that he can use or defile Katerina's modesty in any way. But Dmitri, I don't know what happened to him or how he convinced his mind. He doesn't do anything with Katerina, and rather he gives money to Katerina Ivanova and let her go once without defiling her modesty. So in this way, Katerina starts regarding Dmitri very highly, in very high terms. And in the same way, Dmitri also has this kind of very high feeling for Katerina. Katerina, let me tell you, has a very I should say very high character. She is very proud. She esteems herself very highly. She is not like any other girl. So in this way, Katerina falls for Dmitri, for this feeling, this gratitude she has for Dmitri. So now you can say that how all this affair is going on, and how all these characters are related, and how this self laceration fits into this situation. So in this video, this is now, I think, enough, because I just wanted to discuss this self-laceration and how self-laceration is there in our society as well, and it is there in many different forms. I just elaborated one example of college life of college student, how they lacerate themselves without knowing themselves that they are lacerating their soul. So with your permission, it always happens with me that I want to discuss more and more, but I feel like turning off the video as well, because it will be boring for the listeners. And I hope you are reading something for your particular interest, and give me your permission, and I will be back with more topics of this book. With that, have a good time, take care, good night if it's night there.